Narcissism, a term that often gets tossed around in casual conversation, but its weight is far more profound than most realize. When we think about narcissists, we might picture someone who is simply self-absorbed, someone who loves to talk about themselves and is always seeking admiration. But this superficial understanding barely scratches the surface of a complex psychological phenomenon that can wreak havoc in the lives of those who find themselves entangled with such individuals. Imagine for a moment a person who walks through life with a veneer of confidence, a mask of charm that can disarm even the most discerning of souls. They are captivating, magnetic even, drawing people in with their charisma. Yet, underneath that polished exterior lies a chilling emptiness, a profound abyss that they desperately try to fill with the validation of others. They are like a black hole, consuming everything in their vicinity, but never truly satisfied. The more they take, the more they crave, and the more they deplete those around them. What is striking about narcissists is their distinct lack of remorse. You see, remorse is a human emotion, a response to the recognition of harm done to others. It's the conscience speaking, the internal dialogue that says, "I've hurt someone, I should feel bad about that." But for the narcissist, that inner voice is either non-existent or utterly muted. They glide through life without the weight of guilt, never looking back at the wreckage they leave behind. If you think you can appeal to their better nature, you're in for a rude awakening. They do not possess the emotional toolkit to feel guilt or sadness for their actions. Instead, they operate in a realm devoid of these emotions, where accountability is a foreign concept. Empathy, another pillar of human connection, is equally absent in their world. They do not share in your joy, nor do they feel your pain. Their emotional range is limited to their own needs and desires. When you share your triumphs, they may nod along, but inside, there's a coldness, a lack of genuine happiness for you. They might feign interest, but their minds are already calculating how your success impacts their narrative. In their eyes, you are merely a pawn in their game, a means to an end. This lack of empathy is not just a personality quirk. It's a fundamental aspect of their being. They are emotionally stunted, unable to connect with the world in a way that fosters true relationships. And then there's that haunting emptiness, that abyss that defines their existence. They are never enough, never attractive enough, never successful enough, never worthy enough. It's a relentless cycle of inadequacy that drives them to seek out others to fill that void. They latch onto you, imitating your passions, your interests, your very essence, all in a desperate attempt to siphon off your energy and validation. They mirror you not out of admiration, but out of survival. They need your light to illuminate their darkness, and when they've drained you dry, they'll move on to the next unsuspecting soul, leaving you feeling hollow and depleted. This brings us to the matter of responsibility. Do not expect a narcissist to take ownership of their actions. They are masters of deflection, experts at shifting blame. If something goes wrong, it's never their fault. They'll twist the narrative, turn it on you, and make you question your own reality. "How could you think that?" they'll say, as if you're the one who's lost your grip on sanity. The truth is, they thrive in chaos, and your confusion serves their purpose. They'll play the victim, the martyr, anything but the perpetrator, and if you dare to hold them accountable, prepare for a backlash that will leave you reeling. Now, it's crucial to understand the impact of this dynamic on your life. If you've ever found yourself in the orbit of a narcissist, you know the toll it takes. The emotional exhaustion, the constant second-guessing, the sense of isolation. You may start to question your self-worth, your reality, and even your sanity. It's a toxic cycle that can leave deep scars, and the longer you stay entangled, the harder it becomes to break free. You may feel like you're walking on eggshells, constantly trying to appease their insatiable need for attention and validation, all while your own needs are pushed aside. But here's the truth. You deserve better. You deserve relationships that nourish you, that uplift you, that allow you to be your authentic self without fear of judgment or manipulation. Cutting a narcissist out of your life is not just a choice, it's a necessity for your well-being. It's about reclaiming your power, your energy, and your peace of mind. You must recognize the signs and take action before the emotional toll becomes too great. Be aware of the red flags. Pay attention to how you feel in their presence. Do you feel drained after interactions? Do you find yourself justifying their behavior or making excuses for them? Do you feel like you're walking a tightrope, constantly balancing their needs against your own? These are all indicators that you may be dealing with a narcissist, and it's time to take a step back. Establish boundaries. This is your first line of defense. Narcissists thrive on blurred lines and ambiguity. They will push against your limits, testing how far they can go to manipulate you. Be firm in your boundaries and do not waver. It's not just about protecting yourself. It's about sending a clear message that you will not be a source of supply for their insatiable needs. Educate yourself. Understanding narcissism is key to navigating these treacherous waters. The more you know, the better equipped you will be to identify the signs and protect yourself. There are countless resources available, books, articles, support groups that can provide insight and guidance. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it can be your lifeline. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who understand what you're going through. Whether it's friends, family, or a therapist, having a support system can make all the difference. They can provide validation, encouragement, and perspective when you're feeling lost or confused. You don't have to go through this alone. And finally, take the leap. If you've recognized that a narcissist is in your life and that the cost of their presence is too high, it's time to cut ties. This is not an easy decision, and it may come with feelings of guilt or sadness. You may worry about their reaction, their attempts to reel you back in. But remember, your well-being is paramount. It's okay to prioritize yourself and your mental health. You have the right to walk away from relationships that drain you, that leave you feeling less than who you are. In the end, narcissism is a complex and insidious force that can profoundly impact those caught in its web. But you have the power to break free. You have the ability to choose wisely, to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. It's a journey, one that takes courage and strength, but it's a journey worth taking. Your life is too precious to be spent in the shadows of someone else's emptiness. Embrace your worth, reclaim your energy, and step into the light. You deserve a life filled with joy, connection, and authenticity, free from the cold grasp of narcissism.